So in Japanese culture, ancient pottery is incredibly valuable. But what's the problem? It's ancient, which means it's very fragile. One little nick and it's done, right? It's so easy to shatter. You knock it against something, if you let it fall to the ground, it's absolutely over, right? And once shattered, it loses all of its value. And so, the Japanese created the art of kintsugi. It's where you take something that is incredibly valuable but has become broken and you glue it back together, but you don't use glue to hold it all together. You actually use liquid gold. It looks really cool. It looks actually really awesome, right? They restore the piece back to its original form, but at the same time, they increase its value. It actually becomes more valuable than what it was before. And yes, it is that piece of pottery, and yet it's a totally new piece of pottery. Sometimes Japanese people will actually take their ancient pottery and allow it to be broken on purpose to increase its value. And I think my fear in all of this and what we're talking about is that when people experience real brokenness, whether it's through rejection or failure or having something sacred taken away from them, I kind of fear that a lot of people just feel like they're done. It's over. I'm shattered. I'm on the ground. I'm in pieces. And just like that, but Japanese pottery, they might believe that because of their brokenness, they have lost all of their value and now are worthless without a purpose. But in kind of like what we were talking about with Psalm 51, the Bible has really good news for broken people. And it comes out of Revelation 21:5. Jesus says, look, like, hey, pay attention. Let me get, over here. He says, look, I'm making all things new. Just let that sink in. Jesus says, hey, I want you to look at me. I am making every single thing new. The good news is actually a whole lot better than you think it is, because God does not want to restore you back to your original state. We've already talked about this. You kind of assume God made me exactly the way I'm supposed to be. And okay, yeah, he did, but you were born into brokenness, right, quite literally through Adam and Eve, right? But through the cross, God gives you a new purpose and a new worth and a new value and a new condition. Yes, you're still you, but it is new. It is new. And now he holds you in his hand as a priceless treasure. So valuable than you ever probably even originally understood that you could be. And so with our own spiritual kintsugi, obviously it's not gold that's holding us together. It's not gold, it's actually red, right? The blood of Christ, bringing our brokenness back together, making us much more valuable. Why? Because now it's not just human blood that runs through us, it's divine blood, through his grace and through his power. Spiritual kintsugi.
Yeah. And I mean, you might say, well, you guys are just making this up, going along with this. No, that's actually in Isaiah 61. It says, I've come to bind up the brokenhearted. The Hebrew word for brokenhearted is shattered, like a vase that's fallen and shattered into a million pieces. And he's come to bind us up, exactly like you said, with the Spirit of God, with the blood of Jesus, that makes us whole again, so that we can then, as we see in the movie Moana, then pursue our calling and become who we're meant to be.